I really need to embrace minimalism.
I do. Want to buy all my stuff?
Yeah, sure.
Sweet. Welcome to Gutter Trash, episode 361, The Bloody Cardinal by Richard Sala. My name is Eric.
And I am Jason.
How's it going?
It's going well.
Yeah.
Yeah. It is.
Yeah.
It's a chilly November night. I love November.
I mostly do. I was a little worried there for a while. We were going from straight to like 80-degree weather to like 20-degree weather.
Oh, right.
And it was like, what the fuck happened to fall? But I think we're like finally adjusted into a fall-like territory.
It's pretty nice.
It is. It really is.
It makes my brain good this time of year. I mean, obviously, because of the way I put English together. Brain is going good. No, I just feel so calm and relaxed this time of year. I love it.
I don't. But that's just my own issues.
All right. Well, sure.
Yeah. Although, oddly enough, the other day, despite only having like 4 hours of sleep, I woke up and I didn't feel anxious.
Oh, yeah, that's good.
And I felt well rested. And I had a mostly okay day.
Well, that's cool. Yeah.
And
I'm glad for that.
it was weird. Like I wasn't even in like physical pain. Cause like my anxiety also like gives me like great physical pain on top of everything. But like it was all bare minimal. It was like, is this what normal people feel like?
Yeah, it might be.
Huh. It's weird. So weird. Huh.
Well, I hope it lasts.
It didn't.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, I hope it comes back.
I'm back to default Eric.
Well, what was it that you did differently the night before or the day before?
I saw a movie.
Yeah.
Usually doesn't, I went out to a movie.
Yeah.
That usually does not do anything for my anxiety. That,
Sure.
in fact, probably worsens it.
Oh, yeah.
So, I don't know.
Huh.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, whatever it is, I hope those stars realign.
Yeah. I will say this, that same night, after the movie, I went to the grocery store to buy some lunch supplies for me to take to work. And I came home, and I set my groceries down, and then I went to bed.
Oh, you forgot to put them away?
Yep.
Oh.
And woke up at like 3, more like probably 2:30, and realized what had happened.
Oh.
I was like, oh shit.
It was like refrigeratable things.
Oh, it was like lunch meat and cheese.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, luckily you keep your windows open when it's 30 degrees outside. So.
I did feel that. I actually had the air conditioner on that night because it was a bit warmer than I was used to for this time of year. So all of that sort of like, comforted me a little bit.
Right.
And also, you go to like a potluck or something like that, and people bring out sandwiches.
Oh, yeah.
And then just leave them out for like the entire day.
Hours, yeah.
And then like, shove them in the fridge if there's leftovers.
Right,
and then,
sure.
Eat the rest like a week later. So I felt like it was like a similar situation to that, and then I'd be okay.
There's a precedent.
Exactly.
People do this shit.
And so far, like, I've eaten that for 3 days straight, and it's fine.
There you go.
So,
there you go.
It's all good. It's all good.
Well, that's awesome.
So, all of this has absolutely nothing to do with the Bloody Cardinal.
I bet that cardinal loves some lunch meat.
Probably.
Yeah.
Yeah. I bet his source for it is a little different than ours.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, mine, because you don't partake.
I do not eat the lunch meat.
Yeah.
But the Bloody Cardinal has nothing to do with eating.
Nope.
In fact, I don't think anyone eats in this entire book.
I don't think so either. Yeah.
But they do some other stuff.
They do some other stuff.
So on the cover of this book, which is the main reason I ordered it,
Sure. It's a striking cover.
it's a very striking cover. You got a dude and a well-dressed man with like a tie and a suit jacket and nice dress shoes.
Yeah.
An AK-47.
When you absolutely positively have to kill every motherfucker in the room.
And the head of a cardinal.
Yes.
Yeah. And I don't mean like the Pope. I mean like the bird.
Yeah. Like the St. Louis kind.
Yeah, they're big there.
Is that who that team is?
I think so.
Okay.
I was trying to think of that earlier and I couldn't remember. I was like the San Bernardino Cardinals. No, that's not right. But so yeah, I saw this image in the previews and I was like, oh, that's a really cool looking cover. And I love Richard Sala's artwork, and I've never read one of his comics. I've just seen his art,
Right.
or cartoons based on his art. I think,
Okay.
like Liquid Television, wasn't there a Richard Sala thing?
No idea.
I think there was. I think
Right.
there was like an Evil Eye cartoon or something, but I that's just in my mind. I haven't looked that up, so that might be wrong.
I know that there was a Max cartoon.
Yeah, there was Max.
And Aeon Flux.
Aeon Flux. Oh, that was great.
And wasn't Beavis and Butthead a Liquid television thing?
It might have been, yeah, the Frog Baseball episode. Yeah, I think that was.
That's it. That's it for me in Liquid television.
I remember some other weird ones, like there's like these two like Grease Monkey Motorhead type dudes that had like paper mache hair, and like the voices were a little off because they were recorded differently from the mouth movements.
Sure.
But it was like live action. It was really strange.
Bizarre.
I liked that one just because it was so weird.
Right.
Yeah, but yeah, no, I think Richard Sala was somehow involved with Liquid Television.
All right.
But so we got this book here.
Yeah, I've also never read a Richard Sala book, but have seen his art numerous times and thought, hey, that looks neat.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I was looking forward to this.
And then you read it.
Yep.
No, did you not like it?
I liked it a lot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's cool.
Yeah. We'll say this, it's a quick read.
It is a very quick read. For being, well, we're comparing it to our last book was like
9,000 pages,
yeah.
right?
And this is less than 100 pages.
Yeah.
And it is like there's a lot of panels with no dialogue that just kind of move the story along real quick. And there's a lot of, it's not like action, like there's a lot of, like train wrecks and explosions, but there's just a lot of characters like doing things. Yeah.
I read it during a lunch break. A single lunch break at work.
Nice.
Yeah. And not even the full lunch break.
Right.
Yeah. So it's very fast paced. But I enjoyed the crap out of this book.
Yeah, really?
Yeah.
Who is the Bloody Cardinal?
So the lore that we get within the book is that, at one point in time, the Cardinal was a sort of a superhero vigilante type, who, got bored and tired of helping people.
Yeah. Because he felt underappreciated.
Yeah. And so then he decided that, he said, fuck it. And he's just gonna start, committing crimes. And became sort of the most feared crime figure in all the land.
Which is a great origin story.
It's pretty good, yeah. And so sort of the plot revolves around that he is allegedly dead. But before he died, he had written a diary in code. That he then entrusted to his followers.
Right. His like close circle of...
Yeah. But then he went around and killed all of his followers and destroyed every copy of the diary. But there's still one in existence. And that sort of is what this story revolves around, without giving away like any of the sort of finer plot points or twists.
Yeah,
because it gets twisty.
Yeah, there's a lot of twisty.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's kind of got that sort of, it opens up with someone trying to find that last book, and it becomes this thing where once the book is revealed that it does exist, there is another copy, all these different people are kind of looking for it,
right,
for their own means, their own reasons. Most of them not good, because it is supposed to contain some secret knowledge or whatever.
Right.
And one person thinks it might lead to, there's code that lead to all the treasures from like the money that the Cardinal squirreled away over the years from all of his robberies and heists and whatever.
But I also think it can be safely said that everyone who comes into contact with the book, for the most part, winds up dead.
Yep, there's a lot of dead people.
There is a high body count in this book.
Mm-hmm.
And it's kind of funny because, like, when you open up the book, on the inside front cover is like a grid with like sort of the major players of this story.
Right.
Some of whom we meet immediately, some we don't meet until closer to the end. But not a lot of these people survive.
No.
And some of them not very long.
Right.
Once we do meet them. Which I thought was amusing.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
That's pretty cool. I like to, it starts out, the book begins with a few pages that are supposedly selections from that book, and they're in black and white, and it's kind of like these splash page images of the Cardinal, surrounded by other characters, and then there's like, the poetry or whatever of the book, and it's really well written and interesting and vague,
Yeah.
But it's cool because it's like you get a glimpse as to what this book is that people are looking for. It's like you've read part of it.
Right.
So it's kind of cool.
So that means we're going to be murdered next.
Yep. You first?
Sure.
Does it matter?
No, it does not matter.
Okay.
It kind of matters.
Kinda.
I prefer.
You prefer, yeah. Because you can't stand to see me go.
Sure.
That's what it is.
Yeah. Let's put it that way.
Yeah.
That makes me feel better. Yeah.
It does, yeah. But I was just thinking about, actually, when I was just thinking about those pages, it reminded me of something else I love about this book, is the lettering is so crazy, but it's so legible. And, and I love the lettering in this book.
The lettering's great. Like Richard Sala definitely has like a very distinct style that I really adore.
It's totally recognizable as soon as you see it.
The fact that it even goes as far as like the hand lettering of it, which occasionally like let's take a quick look at it here. Like it seems like it's just sort of haphazard, but it really isn't. Like there is definitely a style to it, and I would say even like it's subtle, but even some of the characters have like slightly different lettering.
Oh, really? I didn't even notice that.
Very, very subtly. Like the Inspector guy, I think, has slightly fancier lettering than like some of the other characters.
Yeah, the lettering is kind of ornate.
Yeah.
Like it's got like extra little serifs or whatever, but it's totally legible and totally readable.
Is. Like I think in the hands of like anyone else who would be trying to do it, it would just look like a mess.
I know. I've tried reading books before where you could tell someone's like, I'm gonna be all clever with my lettering, and you're like, you just fucking ruined your book.
Right.
It's hard to read now, but that's not the case here.
No. And I do like that. Though he does have a very distinct style,
which is it's cartoony if you haven't seen it before.
Super cartoony. Very I don't know if simple is the right word, but
Oh man, I love his. I almost wish the entire thing was in black and white, because his black and white stuff is fucking great, but then his color stuff is so good too.
the coloring is absolutely great in this. Yeah. But yeah, the black and white stuff looks amazing as well. There's one page in particular that was black and white that I recall, where it was very German expressionist.
Oh yeah, like the it's like a
Cabinet
cityscape or something.
Yeah.
Totally. That's totally what I thought of. Was
Cabinet of
Caligari. Yeah.
I can't find it right now.
I know exactly what you're talking about.
Yeah.
It's like a chapter break or whatever.
Yeah. I don't want to call his style simple, because like the backgrounds are very detailed, and the color pages, while like there's not a ton of detail in them, like
there's a depth to the color.
There's definitely a depth. Like he took very special care with the colors to make everything pop.
Yeah, it's not flat. There's like kind of gradation of color, even though it's cartoony,
right?
Flat coloring looking. But I don't know.
Like I almost feel like it's going to be insulting if I say this.
Insult away. Fuck Dick Sala, man.
But I think, like, if you were to just glance at his art, it almost has, like, a greeting card feel to it.
Oh, wow. Yeah. But, like, the coolest greeting card you've ever seen.
Yes, absolutely.
Yeah.
Like,
I know what you're saying, though.
I didn't want to say that and make it sound like, fuck that.
Yeah, like it's like a greeting
card. I love it.
Yeah. But you do collect greeting cards.
I do.
I mean, you have thousands of them.
Yep.
Every time we're out, you're like, can we stop at Hallmark? And I'm like, Eric, the pizza's almost ready.
Yeah.
All right, let's go in and get a happy birthday grandpa card.
I try to keep it down to like $50 a visit.
Right, yeah. Well, now that they don't carry Beanie Babies.
Oh, yeah.
When Hallmark carried Beanie Babies, whoa.
Oh, yeah, I was fucked.
Yeah, you were out of control.
Single-handedly, that caused my financial situation.
Right.
It's just greeting cards and Beanie Babies.
Well, I mean, it's who you are.
Yeah.
Don't shy away from it. No, but I can totally see that. But his artwork, it's deceptively simple because it's really cartoony, but it has like this kind of, I don't know, almost like sinister kind of layer to it.
Yeah.
You know?
That's a very good word for it. Sinister, yeah.
But it looks cute, the characters look kind of adorable. Like
all the lady characters are pretty cute.
Yeah, they're cute. It's like he doesn't draw them in some sort of perverse way. It's not like gratuitous, like where their boobs are hanging out.
No.
They're just like cute, but and then like horrible things happen, like they get murdered.
Well,
but it looks like a cartoon you'd see on Nickelodeon where people are getting violently murdered.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, and like, another thing that he does that I think he makes it work, I don't think other people would be able to, is that, like, a lot of the characters that you see are very much archetypes.
Oh, yeah.
Like you can look at them and, like, they are just the way that they look, they are visually, like, representing, like, their job that they're supposed to have, or like other characters that you're very familiar with.
Like there's the hunchbacked one-eyed witch.
Right,
there she goes.
But like, there's like, like is he a psychic? The guy with the turban?
Oh, Dr. Sun.
Dr. Sun.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah. And like the inspector is like very much like an Agatha Christie type character.
Right.
And there's like a Velma character from Scooby-Doo.
Yeah.
But like, like instantly recognizable, but like he gives them a life of their own.
Oh, yeah.
And like I think if like you or I were to do something like that, like people would just be like, it's just a fucking ripoff.
Right. Yeah, it just looks like trite or whatever.
Right. Yeah.
No, yeah, he's clearly great.
Yeah. Agreed.
Does he like, I honestly can't remember. I've seen other comics by him, but he doesn't do a lot of graphic novels, does he? it's more like illustrations and designs and things. Like, he doesn't do a lot of comic pages, I don't believe, does he?
I feel like I've flipped through a couple that
Really?
he's done where I mean, even in this book, like, I think there's 4 panels max per page.
Right.
Yeah. Like even like, I mean, for the most part, like, it's like 2 to 3 panels.
Right.
Like, I think he goes so far as to maybe even 5.
Right.
Like on a page or 2. But, I feel like I've seen, like, paneled work from him before.
I know, actually,
I do recall seeing a lot of just like
covers and things and...
well, just like illustration with like words.
Yeah, exactly, yeah. I have one other comic that I've picked up. It's just like a single comic issue of a book called Evil Eye, which I mentioned earlier. I think that is the cartoon he worked on, but I can't remember seeing any graphic novels other than this one by him.
Sure. Yeah, I know he's got a lot of work out there.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, this is the only one that I've ever really read for.
It makes me want to see more of his stuff, though.
Definitely, same. Yeah, I don't know. Like, sometimes you pick a book and I'm like, okay, whatever. Yeah.
You mean every time you're excited, and sometimes you just don't get it? Because everything I read is grade A class artsy material that's so much better than the, like, superhero shit that you read. Because I'm just so much cooler and smarter and hipper. That's what you meant to say.
Yeah, that's it. Okay. Yeah, I'm glad that you got my meaning. I didn't feel like saying all of that out loud, but, yeah, that's it. No, but, like, when you gave me this book, I was like, oh, this looks like it'll be fun to read at the very least.
Right.
And the fact that, like, it was so enjoyable and so twisty and, like, I did, like, page by page, I was like, what is going on?
Yeah,
like,
right.
I was super into it. Like, at first
That's
I thought, like, okay, this will just be fun, but, like, it turned out to be, like, super solid.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But also it's not super serious. I mean, you can tell he's just having fun with genres and things like that.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
So, but he does it very well in a way that it doesn't seem like he's just playing and you're watching him play. It's like a cool, it's a really nice, product or whatever.
Yeah.
Product.
Yeah. Yeah. That's fine. It is.
It is a product. There's a barcode on it.
Right. It can be purchased and consumed like much anything else in this world.
Yes.
It is one of those things where, and I read something recently that sort of made me think about this, but, like, it's weird how, like, when we consume, like, books or comics or, like, TV shows or whatever, like, there's always sort of that thought when you are watching or reading something that's like, well, this could be a movie. Which, like, when did that sort of become, like, the ultimate validation of art forms?
Yeah. No, I know what you mean.
But, like, I was reading this and I was like, this could be a movie.
Yeah.
Like, this could be a really good movie.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I know, and I hate that too, but I think what it is because we realize, at least in our current, generation and time, that is the medium that most people will see.
Yeah.
TV is probably inching up there because, the quality of television programs is much higher than it ever has been. But I think that is, kind of the high watermark of entertainment right now. It has been for years and years and years is movies. So.
Yeah.
But sometimes when I watch a movie, I'm like, this could be a comic.
Right.
Like, I could see this as a comic. I could see that as a splash page, or this is a panel, or whatever. And I do hate it when sometimes I read, like, scripts for comics that are, like, in the back of something, and they use movie lingo.
Yeah.
Like, pan in and wide shots, or whatever. Not wide shot.
But still, like, how else do you get around that?
I know.
I think it's just scripting.
Yeah.
Like I don't. I mean, I certainly do think that there's probably more than not writers who make comics that would rather be writing movies,
Sure,
or
yeah.
cartoons or whatever. And so I think that's definitely a thing. But
oh yeah, like even the writers that are that obviously love the art form, like Robert Kirkman. Obviously, he was really excited to get something made into a show because that's where the money is.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
But at least with some of those people like him, especially, it allows him to continue doing comics. Like he's still, even though it's ending, he's still doing Invincible, and he still did Outcast and Walking Dead. So.
Well, Outcast though, like almost immediately got turned into a TV show.
They did it.
Yeah. So I don't know. I think Outcast is probably closer to money grab than some of his other stuff. But
that didn't that show kind of end and the book's still going though?
I think the show's still going on.
Oh, is it?
It
Okay.
was like the second season recently ended.
Yeah.
And it's, I don't know. Like I watched the first season. It was okay.
Right.
Yeah.
I've never really heard anybody mention it.
Yeah.
Like watching it.
Yeah. And I mean, every fucking person on the planet watches Walking Dead, but then also every fucking person on the planet bitches about The Walking Dead every time it airs. So,
Right.
like, who knows what the fuck's going on with that? I don't know. Yeah, but yeah, with scripts, like, I mean, I think you have to use that kind of lingo. Like,
Yeah.
Especially if you are communicating to someone else. Like, if you're writing a script for yourself, like, you can just clip note it, but...
I guess so, unless you wanted to say, like, next panel, tighter shot on this or something. Like, I don't know. I just feel like maybe even subconsciously, more so than consciously, people just think, like, well, if you're telling a story, you gotta look at it like it's a movie because that's the, those are the stories, the movies.
I mean, there is something that can be said for, like, drawing a comic that, you should at least know the art of, like, cinematography and stuff like that to help you. But, that shouldn't be your end game. Right. But I feel like it is for a lot of, writers anyway.
Oh, yeah.
And then, artists, they probably eventually figure out that they can make more money, doing, storyboards for movies.
Right.
They can, drawing, spandex people punching each other.
Right. Yeah, I did a storyboard for a commercial, and I got paid more than I did for the entire Defenders of the Planet's #1.
Yep. True facts. True facts.
But they're both super fun to do.
So. Right, yeah. Yeah, I mean, it's gotta be a medium that you love to do.
Right. And it seems like Richard Sala loves his comics.
I do, yeah, I think so, yeah. Because, it seems like at least once a year I see something new from him.
Oh, really? Okay.
Yeah.
Man, I need to pay more attention to his work. Because I think
either
it's
that or I'm just seeing, like, a bunch of his old stuff over and over again.
That's possible.
But he does, I think, have quite a body of work, so I definitely want to check out more of his stuff.
Mm-hmm.
If it's, like, even if it's half as good as the Bloody Cardinal, then, like, it's still going to be super good.
No, that's cool. Yeah, this one's by Fantagraphics. Maybe that'd be a good place to start, see if they've been publishing other stuff by him.
Probably. I'm going to say probably. So I'll say it again. Probably.
Maybe he'll take over
Probably.
at Marvel when Bendis leaves.
Oh, yeah. That's entirely possible.
Richard Sala's Spider-Man.
Hey, Bendis started out as an indie darling, too.
That's true. Yeah. It's Goldfish and all that.
Jinx. Yeah. And the next thing you know, Richard Sala's Ultimate Sleepwalker.
Yeah. Richard Sala and Mark Bagley break the run of the longest running comics stuff.
But on that one, Mark Bagley's writing and Richard Sala's trying.
I guess that's better.
It's better for me.
Yeah, I'd rather see Richard Sala draw.
Yeah. Did he have any short stories in this week's Squirrel Girl that came out?
No, he did not.
Okay.
Yeah, there was a lot of cool, like, cause yeah, you sent me a while back, the, like, uncolored version of the Anders Nilsson stuff.
Yeah.
It's so weird to see him doing a Marvel thing.
Well, at least you can take solace in it that his original pages were a mess.
Oh, I bet.
Yeah.
I bet they were like 20 different, like every feature of Wolverine's face is a different piece of paper glued on top of each other. Yeah, he's awesome.
Yeah. Alright, so the Bloody Cardinal.
Yeah. It's pretty great.
Yeah, it is. It's bloody great.
Oh, wow. Wow. That was amazing. Should we take a break?
Yeah.
Okay.
Satin chairs for you, and also it is remains in beauty by sworn in jury. Pearls before and above, a consecutive string of love affairs, and a stained chair collected what you are in feathers and wares, where you sit and stare and no one's there but you. In all of Exotica, the day remains black and blue for you. A birdcage until further notice. Oh, hey,
Hi, welcome back to Gutter Trash.
Hey.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Here we are.
Here we are.
Fucking A.
Yeah.
Yep. This is it.
This is as good as it gets.
Yep.
Yeah.
You're still here too?
Yep.
Wow.
Yep.
Wow, that's weird. So
You got fucking married.
Oh, yeah, that's right. Yeah. Uh-huh. Yep. On Halloween.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
So that's a thing.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm sorry.
It's alright. Super weird.
So this is our last podcast. I'm not allowed to do this anymore.
Yeah, no, I understand. I mean, it should have ended a while back.
Yeah.
Just in terms of sheer quality.
I bet we could, do a best of episode that is actually pretty good.
Yeah, maybe.
But,
Yeah. Like 2-second snippets of every episode.
Right. Like those guys sound like they were having fun. But yeah, I got married.
Yeah, so how's that going for you?
It's awesome.
Yeah. I mean, even though you've spent the majority of that time sick?
I'd say about a third of it.
Okay.
Yeah.
So the honeymoon was great.
Yeah. Yeah, I got a stomach virus. I guess it was 3 days after we got married. Because it was late Thursday night or early Friday morning. And I was pretty sick Friday and Saturday. Like the worst diarrhea I've had in about 30 years.
It's quite a while.
Yeah. It was not good.
Yeah.
Like, there was at one point where I was like, I'm gonna be so dehydrated, I should probably go to the hospital. Because I can't stop spraying water out of my anus.
Sure.
But luckily, it got better. And by Sunday, I was like, I think I texted you when I had my first solid poo.
You did?
Yeah.
This is the nature of our relationship.
Yeah. I was like, who can I tell? I'm so excited. I was like, Eric. That's who I can tell.
Not to bring it down, but, it would have been Doogie.
It would have been Doogie. Yeah. He was the first person I thought of.
And so, for that reason alone, I miss Doogie.
Yeah.
Right? For being the guy that deflected that from me.
Right? That's very, very true. But no, yeah, I'm feeling much better. I even had some Vietnamese food yesterday.
Ooh, dangerous.
Yeah, right? And everything was golden.
Yeah?
So. Yeah, it was awful. I hate being sick. It just, Yeah. But yeah, being married, actually, it feels exactly like it felt like 2 months ago. Like,
sure.
I don't feel any different at all. Other than, I kind of felt this wave of calm that ever since we'd been kind of planning it. Not that it wasn't, like, our plans were not very elaborate.
Nope.
But at the same time, like, it was just, like, nice to, like, not have to think about any of that anymore. Just like, okay, yeah, this is good. It's like, just going forward, it's just normal now.
I would say of all the weddings I've ever been to, this was the most unelaborate.
Yeah.
Yeah. And
Me
also,
too.
Huh?
Me too, I think. Yeah.
Also, I was honored to be invited at all, considering that you were planning on having nobody there.
Yeah, that was our original intent, was to have nobody there because, like, basically we just wanted to get the paperwork done and, like, be done with it.
Right.
And then we were like, well, our mom should probably be there. And then, like, it kind of morphed into, like, well, like, I basically invited, the people I would have as, like, groomsmen.
Right.
Basically. But I didn't want to make, like, a bunch of people there because I figured, inevitably, like if I invited 10 people, there'd be, like, 4 or 5 people like, well, how come, like, if those 10 people were there, I wasn't, So I was just like, I just want to keep it small, but.
Like I can respect keeping it small and low key and all that, but I mean, when you first told me of what was happening, like, I'm gonna be super honest, like, this entire thing, like, from day one has been, troubling to me. But when you told me about the wedding, I was upset.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I was like, I mean, like, obviously, like, I know your brother would have been your best man, but, I was hoping to be a groomsman, and.
Oh, yeah.
Cause I look fucking great in a tux.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Really looking forward to being in a tux.
Well, you looked really good at the wedding.
I did.
Yeah. And you were not in a tux?
I was not. I was dressed up, though.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Wore a shirt and a tie. Like a gentleman.
Like a gentleman does, yeah.
I also had skull face paint and was wearing, like, heavy metal bracelets.
Also like a gentleman.
Yes. Because, don't know if the listener missed that or not, but it was on Halloween.
Yeah, I got married on Halloween.
Yeah. And you were also dressed up.
I was.
Not in a tux.
No. I was Beetlejuice.
Yes.
And my wife was basically a corpse bride without corpse paint. She just basically had like a tattered old wedding dress that was grayed from years of being in the grave.
Okay. All right. I was curious about what she was dressed as. Like, I showed some pictures to a mutual friend because I took pictures while I was there. And she was like, is she like dressed up as something, or is she just wearing like a weird dress? I was like, I don't know.
Right. Well, originally she was gonna actually be like Lydia from Beetlejuice.
Sure.
But she was like, I can't really do my hair like that, and I don't have that kind of dress. She's like,
also, it's super weird that Lydia would marry Beetlejuice.
But they do in the movie though.
Well, but it's forced on.
Yeah. Well, yeah. But still, I mean, if he was going to marry anyone from the movie, it'd need to be her.
Fair enough.
But
Unless you're going by cartoon continuity.
We should always go by cartoon continuity in all aspects of life. The Beetlejuice cartoon was great.
I enjoyed it.
I thought it was really good. But no, yeah, so she sprayed some, white, color in her hair and then put on this corpse bride dress, but, she didn't do any, face paint or anything.
Okay, alright.
But,
I think that's what threw me.
Right, yeah. But yeah, no, it was cool. It was good.
It was fun. Yeah.
And it lasted, all of 10 minutes.
Pretty much.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which was great.
Yeah. Which was fine because I had other plans.
Yeah. Right, we all did. I had to go trick-or-treating, which was awesome. We trick-or-treated all around our neighborhood after. Yeah. Got shitloads of candy. I mean, seriously, shitloads. We have so many.
Is that the possible cause for your massive diarrhea problem?
I did eat a few pieces of candy, but we had so much candy that we sorted it into 4 different bins based on one of them is chocolate, one is fruit, one is suckers. I think the other one's more chocolate.
Right.
There's so much candy. It's ridiculous.
That's funny that you say that because, every time I've been to your house, you have a gigantic fucking bowl of candy in your kitchen.
Right, yeah.
Well, as is.
Mm-hmm.
Pre-Halloween.
It's true.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, who doesn't like candy?
Well, sure. Yeah. I like some fruit-based candies.
I do too. I like the Skittles. That's one of my favorites.
Skittles are great. I like Starburst. They're a little more work than
they
should be.
They stick a little too much to the teeth.
Yeah. I actually got candy yesterday when I went to vote.
Oh yeah, nice. They give you candy?
They did.
All I got was a sticker.
They forced candy.
I didn't get any candy. Where did you vote? At the church down here?
The Ascension Church on Woodman.
Oh, okay, so I voted at the Church of Christ on Smithville.
Okay, that's weird. Because I have a friend who lives way further down on Smithville, towards 35, and she voted at my church that I went to. Not my church, because I don't go to church.
You don't.
I'm a godless heathen.
But it's the church you own.
It's my church that I own that I also make sure is a voting place.
Have you ever thought about selling that? Do you know how many greeting cards you could get with that money?
It's very tempting.
Yeah. And another thing, seriously, it is weird that we vote in churches, isn't it?
I was talking to somebody else about that yesterday, and because she mentioned how weird that is, separation of church and state and all that. I was like, it's a big empty building because
no one's using
on a Tuesday,
right? Yeah.
It's you can get a lot of people in. There's a lot of space. Why not?
It makes sense, I guess, but
I mean, there's that whole aspect to it that is a little weird.
It's strange, yeah.
But no, when I went to vote, it was, signing in or whatever, they were giving me my card, and the lady was like, "Take candy." I was like, "Oh, okay." And then when I turned back in my card after voting, she was like, "Did you get some candy?" And so I grabbed a sucker.
I would have taken at least a piece of candy. I obviously wouldn't have needed to take any home because there's plenty there.
Sure. I mean, I gladly took it, but it was just off-putting that, I got yelled at.
Yeah.
Candy.
Well, I was struck with
I wanted to vote to get candy or not.
Oh, yeah, you should have had to. So at the one I went to, I kind of ran into not really an issue, but it was just
issue 2.
There's 4 issues, yeah. But so I went up to the table and she was like, "Do you have your ID?" And I said, "Yeah." And I said, "Oh yeah." I said, "I recently moved though, so I said I just want to make sure I'm this is still the place I'm supposed to vote because I'm still in the same county and zip code." And she was like, she's like, "Well, did you fill out a voter change of address thing?" And I was like, "No." And she kind of looked at me why the fuck wouldn't you have done that? And the guy sitting next to her was like, "No, it's okay." He's like, he can just use his old address then if he hasn't changed one yet. And she's like, "Okay." And so she handed me the card that I could fill out to change my address.
Right.
And then she was and then she started to she had the other girl start to write it down, and the other girl was like, "Well, I have to write down your new address in this book." And I was like, "Oh, okay." And she started to write down my new address. And then the other guy's like, no, write down the old address because that's where he's listed as. And,
Right.
and the other guy, like on his other side, is like, no. He's like, that's not how you do it. You got to write down the new address because that's what we're going to keep. And it was like this kind of confusing thing. And I was like, oh, what did I do? But eventually, like they figured it out, and I went and I just voted. And but like right before I went to vote, the guy was like, he's like, take this change of address card though. He's like, and bring it back to us. He's like, fill it out before you leave here and bring it back to us. I was like, okay. So I went over and I voted, and then I sat down at this, like, kind of adjacent table,
Right.
and I just filled out the thing, and I took it back over, and it's like, here's my voter address thing. They're like, and it was like a different person there, like, you can't give that to us, you have to mail it. And I was just like, these people don't know, like, they're not all on the same page at all.
Well, they're volunteers.
They are, yeah. But it was just kind of like, I was like, I'm confused.
So I guess I shouldn't say that, I still voted at, where my parents vote, like, 6 years after I moved out of their house.
Right.
Like, not even the same county, same
Right.
city, same zip code, none of that.
As long as your numbers go in, it's fine.
Exactly, yeah. Because, yeah, I didn't actually start going to where my actual voting, polling place was until, 7 years after I moved out already.
Right.
And then that since has moved, 2 years ago, something like that. Because it used to be down in the fire station.
Oh,
Down
okay.
the street here. And then they moved to the church, right next to the fire station. But then there was one election where it was back at the fire station. And
See, I bet
now
the
it's back at
firemen,
the church.
I bet the firemen hate it. That
Oh, they
people
have
vote
to.
there. Because I mean, it's not as much space,
Nope.
and like they kind of need
Uh-huh,
their space.
Yep.
And I feel like I was in the way, especially if can you imagine if you're trying to vote and all of a sudden like they get a call,
Right.
Yeah.
Well, they at least keep the fire trucks outside, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
Because I don't remember actually ever seeing them in the garage there. Because that's where it was. It was in their garage.
Wow.
And there's a line. It's a very small area. And it was super uncomfortable. So, at least at this church, it was in the gymnasium. Because it's also a school. But, yeah.
I think they should do it at libraries.
Libraries would be good. Yeah. Although I think that may cause a little chaos, too, for people who just want to be at the library. Be quiet.
I mean, I guess.
Yeah.
I mean, during the day on Tuesday, though, it's probably not.
Still. Yeah. Less people would be in a church for church business.
This is true.
Yeah.
Yeah. Or they should do it at a comic book shop. Nobody's there on
There
Tuesday.
you
Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's good. We voted. We got our.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, lots of big changes happened.
Oh yeah.
So congratulations to you.
Thank you. I was glad to do it.
I was glad to be there.
Yeah.
Like I said, we all had plans afterwards. So, when your wedding was done, 10 minutes later,
Yeah.
we because I carpooled with our friends Matt Brassfield and his lady friend Juliet, and we stuck around for an obligatory 10 minutes or so afterwards, and then we left.
Sure. Yeah.
Because they had to go give out candy for Halloween.
Great.
And I had a party to go to. and it was a lot of fun.
The party.
The party was. Yeah. Your wedding.
Yeah.
I was telling somebody, I was so I'm going to this wedding on Halloween, and then immediately after I'm going to go to my class where we're having a party. And so I got to go and get my face makeup for all that. It's so you're going to go to the wedding dressed up? I was yeah. Isn't that weird? I was yeah, but
It's on Halloween.
it's on Halloween, and I'm gonna get my face made up anyway for the party. The wedding is just a thing that's happening just before it anyway, so it would happen no matter what. All right, yeah. So might as well at least go have a little fun at this wedding.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You were a wedding crasher. What if no one else would have been dressed up at the wedding? Would you feel a little weird?
Oh, super weird.
Yeah.
Yeah. Luckily, you and your now wife. And,
Yeah. My now kids.
and step kids.
I don't know. Let's call them my kids.
Whatever. And your other kids, Matt Brassfield.
Yeah. Oh yeah, he was great. He was dressed as Dr. Creep.
Yes, he was.
And Juliet was a character from The Wicked and Divine, which I've never read that book.
Neither have I. But that's what's going to be my next pick.
What?
No, it's not.
Dr. Creep?
Yeah, Shocking Macabre Theater.
Awesome.
This is going to be my next pick. No.
Well, I wish there was 2 issues we could read. There's only one. There's only one.
Ooh, sick burn.
Yeah.
Yeah. We were the only people dressed up, right?
Like
officially.
I think,
because again, like I said, I took pictures and,
yeah.
I showed them to, like, a friend of ours and,
me and Liz and the kids were dressed up.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think most people just showed up for after work. Like, Dusty and my brother drove directly from work to get there.
But yeah, I was showing the pictures and, our friend asked, like, who the girl with the blue hair was dressed up as. And I said, oh, that's just what she looks like.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah, she's this blue hair.
Yeah. Your cousin. Yeah.
There was a lady, one of Liz's friends, brought a costume and she put it on after the wedding.
Oh, okay. That's no fun.
Well, she went trick-or-treating with us.
Well, still.
Because she had her daughter there.
She could have put that on for the wedding.
Oh, the Reverend's daughter was dressed as Harley Quinn.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
Yeah. She's like 5.
Yeah. Classic Harley Quinn.
Yeah.
The good Harley Quinn.
Yeah.
And, my party was fun. It was at We Care, where both of us volunteer. And since class was on Halloween, we would have had a Halloween party no matter what, but it just was a lucky coincidence.
Perfect, right?
Like on the day. The client that I usually work with was late because he likes to give out candy. And, so
that is fun.
Yeah.
Actually, next year I think I am going to just give out candy because I actually really like doing that.
Yeah. I would, the last time, like, I was at my parents' house or whatever for Halloween, like, nobody showed up.
Right.
Like, there was never any kids that were showing up, so I was like, I'm never doing this again. And then, like, I basically avoid being in my apartments, like, on a Halloween night anyway, so.
Right.
Yeah.
I guess we probably wouldn't give out much anyway, like if I did it next year, because we put out an honor system bowl, and there was very little missing.
Really?
I mean, there was, you could tell a few things were gone,
right?
Because we had some full-size candy bars in there, and like 2 or 3 of those were gone, but there were still like multiple full-size candy bars, so whoever did show up was at least not a dick.
Right.
But
that's surprising.
Yeah. But yeah, I feel like there was maybe less than half a dozen people there, probably.
So, did you leave lights on or off? Or?
Yeah, we left the porch light on,
Yeah. So, yeah, it's been an interesting week.
Yeah.
For both of us.
Yeah. Lots of stuffs.
Yeah. So thank you for talking about your personal life a little bit.
Oh, yeah.
But it's one of those events that I don't feel we could have just ignored.
Right. Yeah.
Like that's a major life change.
It is. It's the first time I've been married.
For sure.
So,
yeah.
So it's pretty exciting.
And I don't think I can go without mentioning the maid of honor. Edna Valentine.
She was beautiful. She ran around the yard like the entire time.
Hilarious. Yeah. Like I think at one point, probably like right before like your big kiss or whatever, like Edna ran up to me with like a half-chewed tennis ball. I was like, no.
She's like, come on, let's play ball. This is over.
We're outside.
It's basically over, yeah. Yeah, it was cool.
Yeah. Definitely the first wedding I've ever been to where a dog was there.
Yeah. See? Yeah. It's how it should be.
I'm gonna be leaning on the side that I think all weddings should have a dog.
Yeah. At least some sort of animal.
Sure.
Goo was there, but he was in the room just to our left because it was a little chilly outside for Goo.
Yeah.
Good times.
It was good. Yeah. So, suppose I should pick a comic book to read.
For me to read?
For both of us to read.
Yay!
Because I haven't read it yet.
Cool.
But I plan to, unless you veto.
Oh.
I don't think you will.
I don't know. I'm a bitter old married man now.
That is also
you
true.
Never know. I might just do it out of spite.
She may not even let you to bring the book home.
Yeah. Right? How dare you bring more of these Satan's comics in my house?
Especially with the title that I'm about to say.
Uh-oh. Now I'm concerned.
Because I would like for us to read the comic book, the graphic novel, Sex Castle.
Sex Castle. Sounds great. I don't know what that is.
It is a graphic novel by Kyle Starks. The gentleman what writes and draws Rock Candy Mountain and the Rick and Morty comic.
Cool.
It's I want to say his first graphic novel.
Sex Castle.
I know he's got a second one called like Kill Them All or something like that. But we're gonna read Sex Castle.
Awesome. Does he draw it?
He does.
Awesome.
Yes.
I'm excited.
I am as well.
I just bought the new issue of Rock Candy Mountain yesterday.
It just came out, yeah. You broke Street Date.
I did. Well, I bought it at like 10:30 last night, so it was almost midnight.
I will probably not get it for another week or two.
Wow.
But whatever.
That's such a good book.
It is a very good book.
But I guess we should save all that Rock Candy Mountain talk for we might mention that later.
Probably. Seems like a thing that would logically come up.
Right. Yeah. That's cool. I'm excited to read Sex Castle.
Sweet.
Anything with that word in the title.
Castle?
I love castles.
Yeah. You were a huge fan of the Nathan Fillion TV show.
Yeah, he's great.
And you read all the Marvel Comics tie-ins that Brian Bendis wrote, right?
Of course. Brian Bendis.
Yeah, R.I.P. From Marvel.
He's drawn the line at $2.99.
That's right.
That's why he's leaving. He's like, I'm tired of these $4, $5 number ones. He's like, $2.99, bitches.
Yep. For the listener, if you're not the super nerd like we are, Brian Michael Bendis, who has worked for Marvel for 17 years, just signed an exclusive contract with DC Comics.
Mm-hmm.
That is what some might call a coup.
Yeah, DC is the competition of Marvel.
Yes. Yeah. The DC is the one that does Batman. And Superman.
Yeah.
Marvel is the one that does Spider-Man and X-Men.
Right.
Yes.
Yep.
Just so you're clear.
And Bendis is the bald guy that writes all those books.
Yes. Well, the Spider-Man and the X-Men.
Yeah.
And now he's going to be writing Superman and Batman.
Right.
Yes.
Probably. Who knows?
I would imagine.
Yeah. Yeah.
I
want to see, maybe he'll be bringing Wild Dog back because of the appearances in Cave Carson. That'd be awesome.
Kind of awesome. And, I mean, he's experienced newfound popularity because of, he's a recurring character on the show Arrow.
See?
Yeah.
Bendis is Wild Dog.
Which actually has upset the creator of Wild Dog.
Really?
Yeah.
Because he gets no money.
Well, he probably gets some money.
Well,
but
he should shut up.
Yeah. But no, in the last season of Arrow, when Wild Dog showed up, he looked like Wild Dog. Like, you were like, oh, that's Wild Dog. This season of Arrow, he got a costume upgrade, which just looks like stupid armor. I will admit, like, if you look at it closely, you actually, like, his armor is sort of in the shape of that bulldog.
Oh, okay.
Thing.
The big laughing dog.
Yeah. But it's not as, I don't know. It's just cool to see just an idiot with a hockey mask and a
big blue
hockey jersey.
Right. And camo pants.
Right.
I mean, that costume is amazing, but it's amazing because it's so ridiculous.
Right. Exactly.
Yeah.
But now he looks like your generic, like, armored superhero.
Like he should be in G.I. Joe or something.
Exactly. Yeah. Yes.
Okay.
So the creator of Wild Dog is a little upset that they changed his costume.
Well, I take it back. He should be upset.
Yeah.
But if they're paying him, whatever.
Sure, shut the fuck up, dude.
And he's not even working on that show, right?
Right.
And he's getting paid for it?
Exactly.
Then that's fine.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep. Sex Castle.
Sex Castle. Sweet.
Alrighty.
Let's do it. Let's have sex in a castle.
Absolutely. Goodbye.
Thank you for listening to Gutter Trash. You can subscribe to the show from guttertrash.net or from iTunes and leave us a review. Visit guttertrash.net for email information and for other podcasts and websites in the Gutter Trash Network. Thanks again for listening, and we'll see you next time.